Men literally invented drama. They invented it.
Sure about that? Because if a person believes that, then it's rather clear that some women have definitely appropriated that particular invention.
Men are the ones that are causing drama. Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Age.
I am 28.
What's the most you would spend on a first date?
Never go more than $50 ever. And the reason is because there's an 80% chance you're never going to see that woman again. She picked to go out on a date with you today, but she has 3 other dates lined up for next week and the week after that.
But we couldn't say the same thing about men?
Not in most cases, no. Most guys are struggling to get dates. Most guys don't have the options that even an average woman to below average woman has. Guys, you really have to set yourself apart, showcase either an attractive image, be charismatic, and or be persistent. And in some cases, all three, in order for you to even land a few dates a week.
But let's be honest. If you're really attracted to a woman, why wouldn't you just go all out and take her to the dinner for a first date?
Go for it. But it's always a risk. And if you're okay with having that experience and potentially never seeing her again, then by all means, it's your wallet. But with me, I don't like to waste my time. And I've realized that also when it comes to genuine desire, meaning a woman actually being physically attracted to you, actually having an interest towards you, she's not going to require all these crazy experiences. Some of my past girlfriends and some of the best women I've ever met walk in the park. Casual food, less than $12 a person.
Ice cream and coffee.
Very simple.
Exactly, but modern women have been programmed to think that they have to have the $150 dinner. A man's got to spend a minimum of $150 just on them. That's just dinner. And then I have to take you out to an activity afterwards, or maybe something before that. I have to spend time talking to you, flowers, a card, a special text message, a gift card, all these other things that try to make up for the woman that you're not. Oh, I don't think I'm going to have very much to give him. I don't think I'm ever going to see him again. You know, even if he's a high value man, I know he's going to dump me. So for me giving him my body, in a lot of these cases, for me giving him my body, I'm going to require a gift. And that gift is upwards of $150, $200, $300, right? And I think we all know what kind of profession that is.
So I have been ghosted. Yes, the architect did ghost me. I'm not gonna let it get me down. I'm getting ready to go out to dinner with a girlfriend. We're gonna go out, have some drinks, remind myself that I am that girl. His loss. Let's talk about it. Last I updated you guys on was the 3rd date recap after we went bowling. Great date. I mean, I stand by everything I said in that recap video. And communication, I still felt like was a little sparse compared to how it used to be, but I was trying not to think too much about that. You guys, I always need to trust my instinct. My instinct is never wrong. I left for my road trip. It went downhill from there. I didn't expect him to be constantly messaging me, A, because he hadn't been doing that anyway the past week, B, he knew I was going to be with my friends. I expected him to at least ask me how the trip was going, or if I got there safe. Since I was driving, nada. It's not like he ghosted me then. He sent me a few really quick messages, kind of the bare minimum kind of breadcrumbing messages, how was your day, with no emotion, and then not respond for 7 hours. I texted him and told him to have a good time at the holiday party, the one he invited me to. Didn't hear back. And so basically I call him, doesn't answer. So I text him. I said, hey, I tried to call you and I hope that you had fun at your holiday party. Basically, I've been thinking about how I want something more consistent, and I've been pretty open and communicative with you about that. The past week or so, I feel like this has been hot and cold, and that does not work for me. I said, if I'm into someone, I don't like feeling confused. I like things to be pretty clear. I don't think you've been very clear lately. I said, totally fine. If you're not interested, just communicate that to me. As of right now, this isn't working for me as is. And I never heard back. Am I shocked? No. Am I disappointed? Yes. For someone who, was preaching all about communication, I at least expected him to communicate this or to respond to me. I guess that's asking too much of men these days. I think it's just a good example of dating culture. Even when you yourself communicate what you want and are honest about things, and when they seem like they're honest back, a lot of the times they're not. It's hard to take anyone's word these days. And that's just the reality of it.
Here you go again. That's that dude was talking about that. He didn't like you. He didn't want to be around you, whatever it is. I think you did a great job by saying, hey, I think this is not going to work for me. This is what I'm looking for, yada, yada, yada. Hey, I appreciate the date. Loved it. Had fun. I'll see you later. And let that be it. These modern women want men to validate them and give them closure so bad. When you tell a man, get out of my face, that's the end of it. You expect him to leave right then and there. No answers given. I don't like you. That's it. Bye. But if a man were to say nothing to you, like in this situation, he were to just ghost you, then you expect closure. You expect an answer. Let that man be an idiot on his own. If he don't want you, then he don't want you. You say, this is not working for me, and leave. Sit up here expecting an answer all on TikTok talking. Girl, go sit down somewhere. And I get why you're posting it. I understand that. You got to share your feelings. But you don't need to share your feelings at TikTok. You got friends for that. Use your brain.
Serious question for men. Where are all of the loyal ones at? Because all I'm looking for is a loyal man who wants to give me a hug from time to time and lets me clean and cook for him. That's it.
I don't even see her profile here, but I do have questions based on the way that you're dressing. Now, some dudes probably gonna like that, but I can guarantee you, you probably got some men out there vying for your attention, like you just the way that you are. Not a bad looking lady, but I'm telling you, you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. You got dudes out there looking for you, but you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing.
Now, I came across this, and this young lady right here is upset and distraught because when she woke up from her nap, her boyfriend had left. But let me tell you why he left. Before she took said nap, she threatened to call the police and berated him and said that if he was there when she woke up, she would call the police on him. So therefore, he gathered his stuff, his belongings, and he left. She's angry because the man left after she threatened to call the law on him. You gotta be kidding me with this, y'all. You cannot make it up. Now listen, people have toxic love, and I try to stay away from anyone toxic. But for her to be angry at him and for her to go on a tangent to try to explain why he's such a bad guy when he goes to work to provide for her, comes home and plays the game, and that's all he does, is outrageous. She says that he doesn't kiss her, he doesn't make love to her, and that she was angry about it. So she basically told him, I'm going to call the police on you if you don't get out. She went to sleep, woke up, he was gone. Now she's upset. If you want to see the whole video, it's in the description.
These modern women are going to learn that they're getting themselves in trouble and talking themselves right out of relationships. You told the man you didn't want him to be there. I don't know why you still expected him to be there. I mean, these modern women try to put men in a catch-22. If you're here and I don't want you here, then I'm calling the police. But if you're here and I actually wanted you here, but I was just talking stupid, then I know you love me. That's toxic. I wanted him to chase a little bit. Toxic. Ineffective communication, emotional instability, and immaturity. You need to leave. You did the right thing, brother. Because these modern women be talking about, where are all the good men at? Why don't men approach? But then be literally telling men in the next breath not to approach. Great job.
I asked a bunch of girls, when was the last time a man approached you at a bar and started talking to you? They were all like, no, it hasn't happened in, I can't even tell you how long, like before COVID. They're like, I can't tell you the last time a man tried to talk to me at a bar. A man tried to offer to buy me a drink. Do men still do that? Men, can you weigh in?
Y'all told us not to. And I'm not saying you specifically. The women specifically on the internet were yelling really loudly to not approach them. Most men have a really warranted fear of being publicly embarrassed, being seen as a creep, or even just making her uncomfortable by walking up to her. Strictly because we are on social media all day. And every time we scroll, we are bashing men, saying how men are creeps, how all men are garbage. We see men go up to women and them get rejected and publicly embarrassed. Y'all have even made videos saying how uncomfortable it makes you feel. So that is why men do not go up to women anymore, definitely in public, like places like bars. At this point in time, in 2024, going into 2025, the risk does not equal the reward. The risk is far greater than the actual reward. And that is why you have a bunch of dudes prompting in to just DM you. But again, not you specifically, but you asked a man to explain, so here you go.
Speak of the devil. Double speak. Talking out of both sides of your mouths. Well, I want men to approach me. A man comes up and approach you. Well, not him. Okay, well, what about him? Well, not him either. Okay, what about the next 20 to 50 men? Not them either. I only saw one man that I was interested in, and he don't want me. Exactly. So maybe, just maybe, you are not where you thought you were. Well, I keep on looking to the end of time and I'll be single. Well, gear up and get ready, because you're going to be in this season for a long, long time. Be blessed.
Do you know who her father is?
Yeah, I do.
And it's
His brother.
Mr. Hawkins' brother?
Whoa. Didn't see that coming.
How did you find out that she slept with your best friend?
Well, that's interesting. We were actually in a heated argument at the time that it occurred, but it kind of just got blurted out to me that Mr. Randolph could be a potential father for Prince.
Wait a minute. So you're in a heated argument as a couple, and just out of the blue she yells, and by the way, your best friend could be Prince's father?
Correct. It was very emotional for me, being that it's my best friend and this is my woman.
Understandably.
Upon meeting with him, we kind of all agreed, me and him agreed, that we definitely needed to find out what was going on.
I just want him to be able to understand that, and I am woman enough to admit that I made that mistake, and I want us to go forward from this situation, regardless of the results, regardless of, even though in my heart, I hope that it does show that he's the father, I just want us to still be able to be a family as we are.
Mr. Pace, you are not his father.
Oh, man.
Continuing on with the next result. It has also been determined by this court, Mr. Randolph, you are not.
This is not surprising. These modern women get themselves into so many situations, and they just want a man to bail them out. No longer. You're going to have to figure this out on your own.
Normally, I love living in New York. Today's one of those days I really don't. I've been walking home like this because Pilates didn't fix it today. And some girl looks at me and goes, "You looking at..." Like, can a girl not cry over losing a dog? Like, which... I don't like it here today.
Sure, I got this straight. He's voluntarily giving you $1,000 a month for child support, correct?
That's correct.
He has the children, you said Sunday through Wednesday?
Yes.
Which means you have them Wednesday through Sunday.
That's correct.
Who pays health insurance?
I do, Your Honor.
How much is health insurance?
It's roughly $309 a month. She asked me a question.
But she's still talking to me, though.
Okay. I did ask him a question.
Okay.
So, everything that I just repeated back to you is accurate, right?
He has money. He's spending on other women.
That wasn't my question. Everything that I just repeated back to you is accurate, right?
Pretty much.
So I'm confused as to why you're here. Are you trying to put him on
I want to put him on
You want to put him on child support
Yes,
for
ma'am.
the $1,000, or are you trying to put him on child support for something more?
Something more, yes.
Okay, let me move over to, well, before I move over to him, what do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher.
All right, how much money you make?
I make about $60,000.
All right, do you have access to private health insurance for the children?
Yes, I do, but I'm a teacher. I don't have that extra. That's why the father should help out with that.
He does. He pays health insurance.
Yes.
He just said he pays $309.
Yes.
So you can't say he needs to help out with that because he's already doing it.
You're right, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Now, sir, what do you do for a living?
I'm a truck driver.
Truck driver. How much money do you make?
I make roughly maybe 82 a year.
All right.
Okay.
Now, help me make sense of this. You give her $1,000 a month for the children. You pay health insurance. You all have a split schedule.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm missing something. Like, what is the issue? Why are we here? Because I would think that you bring someone to child support court if they're not doing something. I do understand making it legal, putting it in a document, but you're asking for more money. So I'm trying to get the disconnect here.
So what it is, Your Honor,
he's spending money on.
she never lets me talk, so.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk.
Exactly.
Okay.
What it is, Your Honor, she's, she didn't mention this, but she's engaged. Wow. And she just found out that I'm recently dating, so now she's mad at me.
Oh, I'm mad.
I guess my question is, how are you putting him on child support if you guys have the children roughly half the time? Like, how is he going to be paying $1,000 in child support if you guys both have the same amount of it?
There goes the conflict.
I'm not mad.
There goes the conflict. Now, I asked what was the disconnect here. It was something missing. So you brought him to court because he has a new girlfriend?
No, ma'am. I'm not
That's
mad.
exactly why, Your Honor.
And you're engaged?
Yes, ma'am.
He's still going to want to marry you after he see what you're doing to this man?
He's on my side about this.
Of course he is.
So he agrees that he should be paying more than $1,000 a month
Yes,
in
like
child
I said,
support.
he has other women that he's pretty much
What does
tricking
his
money
other
on.
women have to do with anything?
He's spending all
Quite
the money.
frankly, you shouldn't care. You have a whole nother man that you should be worried about, and you over
understand
here
that.
all in his business.
I'm not trying to be in
And
his
he doesn't
business.
even
You
work
are
there.
trying to be in his business because you have mentioned it twice that he has other women. His
Yes.
other women has nothing to do with this case.
it
So
really
you can
does,
pipe
Your Honor.
down
It really
and stop
does.
bringing that up. It has nothing to do with
Okay.
it. Well, let
It
me
really
say it
does.
like this. It is not going to have an impact on my decision today.
Wow. Okay.
Okay? Thank you. Now, so you have a new girlfriend and she's in her feelings about it. Okay?
She always try to come by to see if she's there. If she sees us out, she always try to come make a hostile environment.
Did your fiance come to court today?
No, he didn't.
Oh, well, I'm glad. Because if what he's saying is true, that's not a good look.
I'm not jealous. I'm not hating. I'm not coming by the house or anything looking for him.
Okay.
So again, the disconnect is
Stop spending that money on the other women and
I need you to stop interrupting me.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you have not done anything to prove to me yet that this man needs to pay you even the $1,000.
Okay.
You said the children are in private school. It's $1,000 for private school.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the whole child support, that I need more money to take care of them.
But you're a teacher.
You're taking care of yourself.
What?
You're not taking care of them.
You don't know that.
I do.
Miss
you don't.
Henry. Miss Henry.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
obviously came here to waste my time.
No,
okay?
no, Your Honor.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you
No.
did. You are asking for more money, and he's giving just that. He's giving $1,000. He's covering the kids' tuition.
So what about clothing?
Y'all have a split schedule.
I
He
buy them.
needs to
I got
maintain
clothes at my
clothing.
house.
Excuse me, Mr.
Please, you
Henry,
bring the
excuse me.
kids
Give me a
back
minute.
home and they
Give me
look
a minute.
just-
Here's the reality of it. You all have a split schedule. You need to be providing clothing and everything for your home. You need to be providing clothing and everything for your home. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to order anybody to pay child support. What I'm going to do is that you testified to this. You said tuition was $1,000.
Yes.
$500 per child. So you know what? You're going to pay $500
Wow.
and he's going to pay
Judge.
$500 directly to the school.
That
is
you make
right.
more money than I do, and you had.
And you're going to keep maintaining the health insurance. Okay. Now,
Thank
if you decide to get private health insurance on your own through your employer, you're obviously you can do that. The children can be double insured, but
True.
I'm not going to have him pay more than $1,000 or even continue paying $1,000 when, based on both of your testimony, you have a split schedule. That's what's in the best interest of the children, and that's what's fair.
Fair.
That is fair.
That's not fair.
Well, it is fair today. Did you have anything else?
You got it. You got it.
It's always about me, right?
It is.
I asked you a question. Did you have anything further for today?
No, I don't.
Okay, Mr.
Just
Henry,
when
did
you
you
bring
have?
the kids back home, make sure they're dressed properly, please.
I bring them back with what they came with.
What? Okay.
Okay, well, Mr. Henry, is there anything further?
That's it, Your Honor.
If there is nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Satisfactory ending for most men. But of course, modern women are not happy whenever they are on the losing end of everything, even when they shouldn't even be on the losing end, even when it's not a big deal. You're still bothering that man. You're still coming around that man's house, trying to dictate what he should and shouldn't be doing. He's the father. Allow him to be the father. If there's nothing weird going on, leave him alone. You got a new man. Why are you not over there with him? Shut up, sit down, stay out that man's business. It's simple.